Hello YouTube. Gonna do a quick step-by-step guide on how I made asteroids for an X-Wing board that I have put together. I don't actually play X-Wing myself that much, so I don't really know that much about it, but I am okay at making scenery, so I figured I'd do it for some other guys. Right, so that is what you're gonna end up with. It's quite simple. To be honest, but you might pick up a few hints and tips from this, so hope you do. Right, so end result is that. Now, first thing I'll talk about before we get on to the asteroids is the bases themselves. Now, I had a lot of spare flying stand things left over from various other things, because you tend to get like 2 in whatever you buy, and you only need 1, so I had quite a few left over. So all I've done there is basically mounted it on a base and then done like a little stippling of sort of a star effect with a toothbrush on there. Not that complicated, and let's face it, there's probably going to be a few square bases and stuff knocking around spare now, so there we go. So that's what I've done with the bases. Your first step, you have a lump of polystyrene. Now, I've just gone with sort of general packing polystyrene for this because it's what I had around and cheap, easy. In fact, I think I found this like being chucked out by a neighbour, so all good. Obviously you can use like the wall insulating foam and stuff like that for it, but I just went with what was cheap. Now, the other thing I'm using is a handheld foam cutter. It's a hot wire cutter, so you've got like a wire there which basically gets heated up and cuts through polystyrene really easily. The thing to remember with this is work in a very well ventilated area, because it is a bit stinky. It kicks out some fumes and stuff like that, so I've got like windows open, breeze blowing through, stuff like that. Normally I'd do it outside, and literally it is just turn it on and it cuts through really easily like that. Okay, so what you want to do, excuse me, I haven't done many demos in front of camera live action and stuff, so just bear with me. So what you do is you're literally just trying to get sort of round-ish shapes out of it. Doesn't have to be like even in any way, shape or form. Get rid of the rubbish. Because we're going to disguise a lot of the polystyrene, if that is a word, in a minute. But yeah, try and take off sort of the square edges and sorry, down a bit. Make that a little bit more. And it is literally just cutting away at bits. And I think that will do me for a quick demo piece. Okay. So what I do now, and I am going to skip the next step in front of camera. I think I skipped most of the next few steps and just give you sort of here's one I did earlier type stuff. So there's my basic outline for it. And what I will do next is basically cover it in filler. Standard wool filler. I picked this up for £3.69. Loads of stuff. Will do me lots and lots and lots of scenery. So it is just a case of open it up and smear it all over that bit there. It's going to be messy before I do that, I missed a step. Okay, work out where you want the asteroid to sit, and literally just push it on to the base like so. Okay, so yeah, back to the filler, and you cover it in filler. Doesn't matter if you've got it rough, smooth, everything else, just try and get a really good coating on there. So here's one I prepared earlier for that. You're not going to see much difference, but you can see it's lost a lot of the polystyrene thing. It's starting to look a bit more rocky. Obviously make sure you don't go over the hole where you're going to put your base, so that you can still sit it nicely on a base like that. Okay, what I did next is a bit counterintuitive. I don't know whether you know this or not, but normal spray paint with the propellant in it will actually melt polystyrene. So you don't want to be like spraying polystyrene normally with spray paint. It can be done, but you have to be so accurate in sort of the distance, so you just get the paint and not the propellant, that it's not worth it. So I got some cheap black spray paint and paint like sprayed them. What that does is gives you something like this. Now I have painted it grey, which is the next step after spray painting it black, but what it does is it'll melt away just little bits of the polystyrene that you haven't got properly covered. Okay, and it gives you a really nice sort of pitted effect, like the asteroids have sort of banged into each other and everything else, which I really like. Normally do not go anywhere near like polystyrene with spray paint, but for this it works really well. So yeah, sprayed it black, I then painted it grey. For that I have just used normal house paint. Tester pots are brilliant for this sort of thing. You can pick them up dirt cheap, and yeah, they are far more cost effective than sort of your standard hobby paints or whatever else, and do the job. So a spray paint there. Excuse me, I am repeating myself at this point. Spray paint it black, paint it grey. So I've got a base bright grey colour there, and that was what I did next. After that, what I did, just because I want to try and seal it a bit more, make it secure and try to avoid bits falling off and things like that, is I just gave it a very, very light coating of PVA, very watered down PVA, okay? So just cover it in watered down PVA, and then the final stage you want to do, and this is one of the finished ones, if I put them side by side you can probably see the difference. So that is just a plain flat grey. What I then did was give all of them a light dry brushing, and this is a bit counterintuitive as well, but I did it with a yellow paint. Yet again, cheap tester pot, and it is a case of just a light dry brushing of the yellow paint will bring out all the like raised areas and sort of give you some contrast on it. Now to dry brush it, same sort of principle as you would do with models, but I use a great big whacking bit of cardboard like that. Okay, so all you do is get your paint on the brush and then just wipe the vast majority of it off. I've just had this random bit of cardboard lying around. As you can probably see, I've used it for a fair few things. But yeah, so that is realistically all there is to it. So I've done quite a few, and I'll just show you what they look like. We have had a quick game with them, and yeah, they worked really well. We like them. And obviously I've got a few more just to finish up on the stages of, but that is how I went about doing some cheap, easy asteroids for X-Wing. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video and it was helpful. Obviously, if it was, please give it a like. If you feel like commenting, letting me know what you thought, if there's any ways that I could improve this, please do let me know. And if you haven't already, subscribe. It's all good. Right, so I'll leave you to it. Thank you very much for watching. You take care. Have a good rest of the day. Bye.